Name is Mary Onaife Edebe. If you're regular, you know how we do it every weekday, every morning, where I serve you the headlines from different newspapers. I usually have 6 newspapers: The Sun, The Vanguard, This Day, Daily Thrust, and the Punch newspaper, and The Sun also. And then we look at some of the hot topics in the news. Lots of interesting stories here. So we'll begin this morning with the Punch newspaper. Adamawa Governor Fintiri floor Binani's INEC takes Rex case to Buhari. That's the first story from the Punch newspaper. Lagos youth teenagers for making hoax call to fire service. Breaking, IG removes Adamawa CP over supplementary pools. Adamawa pools court refuses to hear Binani's motion over jurisdiction. Fire got Uniben female hostel. Labour Party sweeps 14 out of 24 Enugu Assembly seats, says INEC. And also this morning from the Vanguard newspaper, my family conspired against me, voted Peter Obi, says Umai. Aviation workers adamant over total shutdown of airport. Court stops PDP from suspending Wike, Fabra, others. The story is on the Vanguard newspaper. Presidential polls, I am not afraid of lies, propaganda, says Peter Obi. Court nullifies Lagos Parks administrators, reinforces Retian, reinstate Retian. And also from the Vanguard this morning, we will prosecute those behind Adamawa election fiasco, says Fintiri. And now to the Nation's newspaper, INEC IG hammer wreck CP as court halt Binani. The writer says Fintiri in his Adamawa governor-elect Binani, I didn't pay 2 billion naira bribe. That's the writer to the story. Also from the Nations this morning, Wike to church. Avoid people using you for politics. Also from the Nations, DMO reports Nigeria defaulting in Chinese loan repayment. And Fintiri's victory excites Atiku, PDP governors. IMF, Nigeria has final say on petrol subsidy removal. And we'll move now to Daily Trust newspaper. Fintiri wins Adamawa governorship election. The story has a writer. He says, we are all winners. Governor, says the governor. INEC sees prosecution of REC. Binani denies bribing electoral officer 2 billion naira. National Assembly fumes over rejection of local government autonomy. The story is on Daily Trust newspaper. 84,000 candidates sit for rescheduled mock UTME. And also from the Daily Trust, 8 kidnapped Kaduna female students escaped from terrorist den. That's a good story this morning. And Buhari meets traditional religious leaders in Makkah. Transcorp's profit plunged to 1.86 billion in first quarter. The story is on the Daily Trust newspaper. Now to the Sun this morning, aviation workers locked out as union lays siege at Lagos International Airport. My administration development policy without discrimination, says Buhari. Also from the Sun this morning, Senate presidency, Kalu right man, says American Center director, others. And another news here says that River PDP nullifies suspension of Skibo Okpara. The story is on the Sun newspaper. Sekibo, yes, says Sekibo Okpara. Ifoma Oji Kalu goes home in a blaze of glory. The full story is on the Sun newspaper. Now to this day newspaper, court nullifies Buhari's removal of Ararumel as NNPC Limited chairman. Ararumi as NNPC Limited chairman. That's another interesting story. And the writer says slain 5 billion naira against the federal government. Okay, slamming this one on the federal government, 5 billion naira against the federal government. INEC writes IG demands investigation prosecution of Adamawa's wreck. NECA brokers truce in aviation workers' 2-day warning strike. The story is on this day newspaper. And finally, here from the Punch newspaper says Kwara POS operator lavishes 280 million naira received in error. That's another interesting story from the Punch newspaper. Now, these are your headlines this morning. We'll move straight now to look at some of the hot topics in the news. We are streaming live as usual on our YouTube page. YouTube was streaming live there, so you could go there and watch us live. Leave a comment, subscribe to our channel. We also have a website where we stream also. It's www.thevoiceofthepeople.ng. Good morning to you, Rufai.
Mary.
Good morning. What happened
Mary,
to your what happened to your voice?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing pretty much.
Okay, good. When you said Mary, I thought I heard another person. How are you doing today, Rufai?
Wow, what a roller coaster yesterday. I am fine, but Mary, our democracy is still under threat.
Uh,
I want to say to
really?
everybody
I,
that
I thought I thought with what happened in Adamawa state yesterday, Fintiri has been announced as the governor. Binani
Mary,
court case have been thrown out. Yes, I'm here.
Mary,
Yes, I'm here.
democracy is still under threat. For the fact that what happened could happen in the first place, our democracy is still under threat. There's a clear difference if people reacted to an impending shame that will have befallen them. What INEC did yesterday, kudos to them anyway, but it was a reaction to an impending shame because what happened was a national coup d'etat. And that's why I'm sure that hey, even me, I made the news. I'm sure you'll have been seeing the stories based on my tweets yesterday that I don't know why MBC has not fined NTA yet, a state broadcaster, for carrying a statement of treason in an illegal declarative speech. Mary, our democracy is under threat because you forget security officials were used for that thing. Mr. Ari did not do that coup he did alone. They gave him all the assurance. There were police officers there guarding him when he made that declaration. And announcement. Although INEC has written to the police IG, will anything be done? Our democracy is still under threat because Mrs. Binani still went to the court. But for the first time, not even for the first time, for this time, the court stood for justice and said that ex parte was frivolous. So we thank the judiciary. You know, when you do good, I will say you do good. Thank the judiciary. But our democracy is still under threat because there were members of our political party, like a senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Festus Kiyamo, that congratulated her and didn't withdraw the congratulation. They still went ahead on Twitter to say yesterday that when opposition win, they say justice is done. What's the meaning of that? There will be coup d'etat against a nation. Have we now become a backward nation that we cannot collectively condemn evil? Have we become that nation? I thank the civil society and everybody that spoke up. You can now see the reason why I was shouting that day. And when people said things to support Binani, I said, withdraw that statement. I thank everybody because we don't openly condemn evil, evil will have continued. We all know what could have happened. That's why we put pressure by giving our voice and saying to the judiciary. And that's why I expressed fear that the judiciary could have actually given her. But the judiciary saw the coup d'etat on our nation that was about to happen. And they stood firm. But for the fact that all of this could never happen at all, Mary, I'm a happy man, partially. I'm also a sad man. For the fact that such brazen assault on our democracy, what I call the true democratic fascism, will happen. Our democracy is still under threat. And Mary, all of those that came out to condemn Dati Baba Ahmed, Why have they not come out to condemn Binani? Ask. So for the fact that we still have writ large hypocrisy among our intelligentsia, our democracy is still under threat. But yesterday we scored one victory for our democracy. The man that first went to space, Neil Armstrong, he said something, and I quote, when he reached space, when he reached the moon, he said, one small step for man, one giant leap for our mankind. It was a one small step for democracy. But we'll keep talking until we have a one giant leap for national renewal. Kudos to Nigeria.
Hudu has been handed over to the police. INEC chairman says the police should prosecute him. And but Binani denied that she gave 2 billion naira to the wreck. That she bribed the wreck, though she's trying to clear that. But a lot of people are not buying it at all.
Yeah, in a same country, in a same country, it is not Binani's denial people should look forward to. By now, they should be forensically investigating all transactions Binani made to know the truth. Do you think Binani will come out and openly say, I gave him the money? So we should be forensically, by now, even Binani has said, she should not just be somewhere talking. She should be going through investigation as we speak by the state authorities. Don't you know what happened was a shame for our democracy? Did you see the International Observer and his comments? Do you know the kind of report he would have written to his country? Well, anyway, is the West still not complicit? So what are we saying? Democracy is under threat. Our democracy is under big threat.
But there was jubilation yesterday in Adamawa. At least we have. Imagine if it had gone the other way, but it didn't, and INEC was able to rectify the situation. Well, yesterday morning they were already there, collated the other results, and declared Fintiri the winner, and were able to hand over Hudu to the police, and the IG of police was able to record the CP, and all of that was done tidied yesterday. So it's a good one. Although our democracy is still under threat, like you said, but we've made some progress, and for that, we should hope for more progress to come.
Yes, we will. We would, but we'll never stop talking. And you can see the importance of talking. So for everybody that was crying, Rufai is emotional. I saw the sacrilege. I saw the desecration. I saw the shedding of blood that was befalling our nation without a legal act that a lot of people were validating. And I spoke up against it. And that's what I do. I don't care the political party. As long as it's a desecration of democracy, I will speak up about it.
Yeah, not to okay. Okay.
I am.
Are you there?
Yes, Mary.
Okay, great. Now, not to another news here making the rounds. I think it's on the Daily Trust newspaper. It says National Assembly fumes over rejection of local government autonomy. Now, the National Assembly has expressed sadness over the rejection of the local government autonomy during the just concluded constitutional amendment. They spoke on Tuesday and they expressed their sadness over this issue. And now it's been said that a country a country as ours should not reject a bill to give autonomy to the local government if they want development, if they want fast track development. So there was sadness because it was rejected. What is your take?
Is that not to tell you when I said our democracy is under threat? Do you think I was lying? Do you think I was lying when I said that? If the local government that is supposed to be the hope of the common man is not allowed to function, then what is the hope of democracy? Because local government is supposed to be nearer to people. Mary, I know what local governments are. As a young man, my father was supervisor for a Greek and councillor of Dobolu local government during the military regime. I know what service is. I know how people came to knock on our doors when the roads were bad. I know what service. I know the impact of local government. I know how my father went to knock out the doors of people that were drinking overnight and said, see, what do you have? You don't have a job, or you have come to local government and work. I'll create. Because nobody knows the intricacies of a community than the local government. But because of the selfishness of the state government, there have been attempts over the years to stifle it. There was full independence and autonomy of the local government. I'm sure you know that in 1998, the first election done in the election cycle leading up to the 1999 elections was that of the local government. It was done in December 1998. The local government election was conducted by INEC across the country. And guess what? There was a level of stability and autonomy until the state governors said it was not constitutional and they fought against that. They took that power back. Why did they take that power? So that they will democratically usurp power and put the same local government fund under their care and it and steal it and give the local government handouts. So I know way too much about government. I have a father who served in local governments. But our democracy is under threat because we have hawks, we have vultures that scamper around the resource. So it's a sad day for us, Mary. If our democracy is under threat, local government autonomy is not something we should debate. These are things that should happen naturally.
Mm. Now to another story here. It says DMO reports Nigeria defaulting in Chinese loan repayment. Now Nigeria has failed to fully service its debt to China, which has accumulated to 110.31 billion in the last 2 years. According to the Debt Management Office DMO report, China debt stock included the principal and repayment charges. The DMO puts the principal fee from January 2021 to December 2022 at 69.009 trillion. No, okay, if you convert it to dollars, it's $153.85 million. It said the interest charge amounted to $992.1 million. So look at this interesting news and how much we're so much in debt. We have not been able to service the debt that we owe China, and the DMO's office is telling us where we are as a country. What is your take on this?
Again, when I tell you, Mary, our democracy is under threat, don't laugh at me. I know what I'm saying. Democracy is supposed to be from a Greek word called demokratia, the government of the majority. It is believed that the majority should know better. But does the majority truly know better sometimes? Do we have a level of accountability? Has Minister Amechi been able to tell us how those Chinese loans were even deployed with rail line? The rail we did.
They said it was
And
spent in Idu Kaduna section of the Nigerian Railway Modernization Project. That's a portion, a huge portion of the money was spent there.
okay,
Yes.
a huge portion was spent there. I once asked Minister Amechi that tell me the cost per 1 kilometer of rail line you did. He couldn't answer that question on TV. You can go and check the video there. I don't just stop for nothing. Except you can tell me the cost per kilometer of the rail line. And we do what we call competitive bidding. Why are rail lines cheaper in other parts of the world than in Nigeria? Secondly, the money spent on those big sections, but we forgot to put security infrastructure in place. After that attack on our rail lines, most of them are really moribund these days. What is the revenue base from our rail line? What is the accountability threshold? We also took some Chinese money to do our airports. The airport that had a structurally flawed design, that bigger body planes could not land there. Now I'm hearing that they have to reduce some parts of that project, more money to be wasted. No accountability. Have we audited those accounts? So it's not just about taking loans to do infrastructure. The question is the infrastructure feeding back into the economy? These are the questions we've not answered. Now the debt is mounting. How will it not mount? Because corruption and stealing has reduced our revenue so much. Last year, I think we made just a little over 5 trillion. It is very funny that private companies in Nigeria are even more are getting very viable than the government. Was it not that same last year that MTN made about 1.2 or 1.3 trillion, which is one fifth, or was it this year, about what the government made in the last year's revenue? So because we don't have public accountability, and then when we even have revenue projection, we can't meet them up. So when we say the nation is broke, we are taking debt here and there. We are just taking another 800 million that I am not convinced about the way we are going to spend from the World Bank, plus the interest that accrues on ways and means, another 1 point something trillion, plus the money we approve from ways and means and other loans we are taking, minus the 77 trillion. So our debt keep mounting, and minus the individual debt of states. So are we not supposed to have a level of forensic accountability? If there's no level of accountability, is that democracy not under threat? Development means sustainability. It doesn't mean just doing projects haphazardly. Again, I will tell you historically, I'm a child of history. I saw how businesses develop worry. I be proper worry boy. Shell had to build an airstrip in Osubi that finally became the Osubi airport today. Power of private investment. As we speak today, I think it's only Delta State in Nigeria that has two airports, the Warri Airport and the Asaba Airport. Power of investment. It is companies that will drive societal growth. But because of corruption in our democratic system, we have stifled the business environment for companies.
Okay.
And that's why when Minister Kiamo released the so-called jobs he's created in how many years, he's telling us how they train bricklayers, laborer, laborer.
Rufai, Rufai, let's pay this bill. We'll return back shortly for this metro story. Are you there?
Yes, Mary,
Okay,
go
let's go
ahead.
for this quick break. When we come, I have a metro story that we will just talk about shortly. We'll be back after this.
I
For
fully
dis
agree.
naija wey we dey so, say you no hold cash no mean say wahala dey o. You wan send money to maale for villa, just use momo. You wan buy recharge card or data, just use momo. You wan pay for market wey you buy, just use momo. You fit use momo run plenty things without cash. As long as you get momo account, no cash, no wahala. And e dey easy to open o. Just dial *671# to open momo account. Set your pin, transfer money from your bank account inside your momo account. Make you fit dey pay for anything, send and receive money sharp sharp, because life dey simple with momo.
24/7 around the world, non-stop. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
We are the voice of the people, 90.3 FM, and you are listening to the Front Page review. Now to this metro story. It says here that Kwara POS operator lavishes 280 million received in error. So a man that operates POS in Kwara State his name is Afa Rafiu, was arrested by police on Monday because he was credited 280 million, and he went about spending the money. He bought houses and also sent people to Lesser Hajj and was on spending spree, spent the money. So police came and picked him up. That's an interesting metro story this morning. What is your take for the affair that got this money and went about spending it? Maybe perhaps it's the work of God. He was very generous. People around him said he was very generous. He spent it, and now he has finished spending the money. And it's cooling now in Lagos here. I think in the prison in Lagos here.
Ó máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n ni. Ó rúfin. We have to. It was against the law. You say you are a man of God. You see, and that's why I don't like taking people on face value of as an affair or something. Money entered your accounts. The spirit of integrity couldn't enter you to say, it's not my money, oh. Let me keep it there. So all the people that used to return money that entered the account, they are stupid, Abi. You now withdrew the money. You are sending people to hard.
He bought houses and enjoyed himself. The money was paid in installment, so he'll get a part, he'll go spend, get another part, and he was spending the money.
Manna from heaven. Okay, I hear. He paid money. Don't. And if he doesn't repay the money, because we take his God. And if he needs to be jailed, he has to be jailed. Let's not condone stupidity. So the spirit of God you have in you did not tell you that what does not belong to you, you don't take it. I mean, those are basic childhood teachings. No, maybe they say he's in jail. He's in jail now. He's in prison now.
Yes, they said, where is the money? He has spent it. He has spent it in this short notice.
We will look for it, and the section of the constitution that apply to things like that, the lawyers will take it up, and if he has to go to, he will go to prison. As simple as that. And I think it should be a deterrent. Money enter your account, you've quickly gone to withdraw it and touch it.
You don't know that the bank will trace that money. There is no way you can take a bank's money and go scot-free. They will trace it to you.
I'm calling for digital economy. So you know where the alert came from now. Abi didn't know. So was he expecting anything from where the alert? What business did he do to warrant a 280 million inflow? You should have known it's a mistake. Then you withdrew the money. Don't worry, you will spend the consequences through.
Miracle. Thank you so much, Rufai. Let's open the phone lines now and get reactions from our listeners. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and hope to see you soon.
See you soon. Bless you, man.
Yeah, have a great day. Now the phone lines are open. The number to call this morning is 08164425875. That's the number to call. We have our first caller on the line. Good morning, Mama H.O.
Hello?
Good morning, Mama H.O.
Yeah, good morning. And good morning to my brother from another mother. And Ecuador, Nigeria. Oh, what a country. We are not practicing democracy. We are only practicing demonstration of crazy people. That's what we're doing. And until we make up our mind to practice democracy, we're going nowhere. We're going nowhere. And what really paid me most in all this now is that madam in Adamawa. If we say the man has not led us well, you woman, mama, that has the opportunity to change the story, you just come mess for everywhere. Not only church you mess for mosque, you shit for mosque, you shit everywhere. Madam, what example do you have to give to these children? I was thinking a woman is there to protect the integrity of the children. But no, even when they are pushing you, can't you push yourself out? You couldn't. And the most painful thing is that how can you pay school fees for a child? And the child write the same exam 3 times. He fell. Now, where did I and Yakub and all you people do be that now? We pay school fees February 25th. They fail it. They do governor and other people, House of Assembly. The same exam. I may not be the same people they use. They fail. Because they won't do wrong. The same exam repeated. So I'm wondering, all of them, when they get PhD, when they get a degree, I don't talk am. 2027, may I give my children when be dey primary 6 INEC chairman. If I do that one, Nigeria go float, everything go do well. Because this one when we do so well, na shame. It is obvious that all of them read their way into professorship. They can't disgrace us like this.
Thank you,
No problem.
Thank you,
And
H.O.
so that man, when he get that many million for account, you can't go spend that. This kind of leadership, when you fall, it don't work now. It don't work. But the truth is, now the bank, that happen, no. Mary, you don't know what happened. During the time when they swap money, most of the staff in the bank, they were using other people's account to move all this money. They will put in your account. They will make sure you don't get alert. They did it to somebody I know. They moved how much into her account? 400 and something thousand. And before you know it, they make sure they switch the account. This is wrong. Our bank system is a mess.
Thank you,
Every
H.O.
system in Nigeria that's supposed to help us, they are messing us up.
Thank you,
this
H.O.
impunity must stop.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, H.O. Thank you so much for calling this morning. 08164425875. That's the number. Good morning to you.
Mary, this is Great calling from Ijebu.
Go ahead, Mr. Great.
Mary, good morning. What I'm trying to say, you see how the kind democracy we practice in Nigeria. You see how we are not even our system is not suitable. It's not. Can you imagine if you now you contested this you contested you be in a position to contest that governorship of Adamawa State, and such a thing happened, or maybe you voted. And such a rubbish mess, such a mess in Adamawa. Will you still hope to go and vote again? Yeah. Now you are happy that you are there. That they have corrected it. They have corrected it. Everybody was debating. They have corrected it. Such a thing is supposed to occur in the first place. This is supposed to occur in the first place. Maybe I'm giving up now. I've given up in Nigeria for long. Thank you.
Don't give up, Mr. Great. Thank you so much for calling. Now you can also send a WhatsApp number to us on 0700 903 9039 or the same number 081-644-25875. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome. What's your name and location?
Yeah, this is Izog. I'm calling from Airport Road.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Mary, it is why it's okay to encourage good behavior. A lot of people have been receiving this kind of thing, and when they return it, it does encourage it. Now, this person is money, and when you end up returning those money, you will see your friends, you are usually you just come, this and that. How will you return the money? Because our politicians, whom our role models, are teaching us evil things. There is no justice when they do this kind of a thing. Instead of that person to be in jail, they will be promoting evil, knowing that this person is really corrupt and has taken the money that belongs to people, and nothing happens. So the citizens are learning from them. Now, this is the fruit of what the politicians are teaching us. Now they have got to. What will they do? The money you have lavished, because they don't people that use it to pay to hide or whatever. Are they going to be in jail? See, it's okay we encourage good things. It's okay. Encouraging corruption is not this as the effect of it. These are the aftermath. So that is very bad. If the politicians are sent to prison or jail for everything, for squandering money, it shouldn't be like nobody will be encouraged to take what does not belong to him. You see, 218 is a lot of money. Okay, this guy didn't even go into business in order to recreate that money and pay it back. Or he went on spending spree. So if that guy has returned that money, maybe they will give him 100,000 naira as nothing picture. It's very bad. Let's encourage good things so that people that have source of income, can be able to do more without thinking that we can only survive in Nigeria through illicit activities. It's very bad.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it. Yeah, have a great day. 081-644-25875. What are your thoughts? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome. What's your name
Yeah,
and
my name is
location?
Anslem. I'm calling from Alakeja area.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I commend the bank for tracking that guy that received that money he didn't work for. But my question now is, when you are defrauded, the bank will only give you the yes, the money goes there, it goes there, but they can't really dictate the people in question that defrauded you. You understand? So I wonder
Oh,
why. Why is it like that?
oh, I see. I see. I see.
You see, that's the problem we are having here. But when the money is mistakenly paid into another person's account, they can easily and quickly point out, yes, this is the
Okay,
person.
okay. You are saying if someone defrauds you, for example, and you go to the bank, they won't give you the
Yes,
identity of the person. They won't. They
exactly.
will just say the money went to this place, but they won't give
Yes,
you the person's credentials.
exactly.
But now that they've
Why
made
so?
their own mistake, they will not. They
Yes,
track the person. That's what you're
that
asking.
is exactly what I'm saying. So I wonder why is it like that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you. I don't have answers to that question. Maybe we'll get bank of officials to come and answer that question. Hello, good morning to you. Turn down the volume on your radio set.
Mary, good morning.
Good morning, John Legend.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great this morning. You sound cool
You-
today. Welcome.
yeah, definitely. Adamawa election
Yes.
has come and gone, but we still have one election that is more important in November. That is Imo State elections. You understand?
Yes.
The reason why this Adamawa election goes like this is because everyone voiced out. Adamawa people came out. You understand? If you check the rerun of the House of this thing in Imo State, the one that was done. Hope Uzodinma's troops, military, police, army, ordinary house of one community in Imo State, he still rig it. So the incoming governorship election, that one is at stake. Secondly, if these people can trace this money, you understand?
Yes.
That person that they pay that money, that 200 something million, why can't they trace this money that they are giving to Boko Haram? Why can't they trace this money that the Boko Haram are using to buy ammunition? Why can't they trace this money that all these our looters, this government are looting? Let it not be as if that one day another bullion van will miss his road and enter into my house and they will trace me. You understand? Thank you.
Will you take the money if you miss road and enter your house? You return it, right, John? Okay, he's gone. 08164428875. We'll take this call and then we'll go to WhatsApp to take your messages. Good morning to you.
Mary, good morning. This is Sudan.
Okay, welcome. Welcome, sir. Go ahead.
They talk about Adamawa State because of so I wonder, what about Lagos? Lagos, where the same because we put my for Lagos. I wanted to put that there for governor. They don't allow me to put. They say go back, go where you people. I'm not from it. I'm from Akwa Ibom. This is really surprising. And secondly, I want to ask you a question. This INEC chairman, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Is it the man do fasting? This fasting where they do right now? I want to know.
Well, I don't know. If it's a Muslim, maybe.
The man put Nigeria into shame. Bye-bye. That is my contribution.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you for calling. Now let's go to WhatsApp. Take more messages. Good morning, Mary. The final result of governorship election in Adamawa State is a triumphant of light over darkness. I congratulate Governor Fintiri for his victory. I enjoy INEC to make sure that the Adamawa REC is prosecuted accordingly in order to avoid the national disgrace going forward. I equally condemn all that supported the show of shame in Adamawa just because of political affiliation. Thank you so much from HRHB Sinwoko in Oshodi. I appreciate your message. Good morning, Mary. Kudos to INEC Police Court for doing the right thing in Adamawa Guba election. This is all we ask for. Do the right thing and our dear country. For our dear country. Gabi from Ojo, thank you so much for your message. Good morning, Mary. Good to hear from you again. Today, Lugard from Benin. on the POS guy in Kwara State that squandered over 280 million naira wrongly transferred to his account show once again the greed that is deep-rooted in us Nigerians. This is so bad and painting us as a corrupt people who can never be trusted. As a POS operator myself, I'm very sad in hearing this ugly news from a fellow operator. I strongly condemn this corrupt practice by Abba Rabiu. Okay, it's Alpha, not Abbas. His name is Alpha. It's an Alpha Rabiu. Rafiu, it's even Rafiu, and I hope the corporate would be persecuted and justice takes its course. Thank you so much, Lugard, for your message. Appreciate it. And this long episode, okay, Mary, this is from Jide Ekele from Hilltop Estate. Thank you so much. He said, Mary Omalichawa. I just want to know the difference between REC in Adamawa and others because we presume he did something illegal when we saw many things equivalent and more, and we were advised to go to court. 2 results have been announced in Adamawa. Therefore, courts should decide. He who goes to equity goes with clean hands. Should the kettle call pot black? That's the mess we are in now because normalcy is strange in Nigeria, but abnormality are celebrated. To me, any investigation for the wreck should also be extended to Yakubu because they are allegedly accused of improper conduct. In doing this, that's when I say, whoa, Nigeria is operating rule of law. Thank you so much for your message, Jide from Ikele. I didn't get the last part, but I think I got the cross of your message. Let's go back to the phone line, then I'll come back to take more messages. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mary.
Yeah, welcome.
Mary, what happened?
Comrade Akpa. Is this Comrade Akpa?
It's Comrade Akpa, no senior brother to Peter Omonch and Udwa Solo.
Welcome. It's been a long time we spoke. Welcome to the program.
I've been trying. I'm listening to you. I can't stop listening to Rufai, even if your line is a hot cake. So I need to listen. Some I couldn't get through, but I'm lucky today. Mary.
Yes.
As far as this country is concerned, I want to talk about Adamawa election saga. You see that Resident Electoral Commission, whatever, or REC, nothing will happen. No. Do you know why?
Go ahead.
Okay. The reason why anything will not happen if the power that be, one woman that is from Adamawa and is in the seat of power somewhere in Abuja and actually wanted Binani to win election and I also wanted to use, not even wanted, actually use REC to announce the results when REC is not returning officer. I don't think anything will happen. I just saw one thing on the online now before I called you, that the presidency has come up to debunk the claim that some people said President Buhari gave 2 billion in Adamawa election. They debunked the claim. It's an allegation, allegedly.
No, the 2 billion, I think it was Binani that's saying that she did not bribe anybody with 2 billion naira. Is he? It's not the federal government.
But what I saw this morning, before I called you, it is the presidency that has actually come up to debunk the claim.
Okay.
So if they have debunked the claim, you know, Mr. President's wife is from Adamawa State. So I'm not saying more than that. But I know that REC, nothing will happen to that REC. They concentrated on the Plateau State. But what happened in Lagos, they are not talking about it. Then what happened? The Mahmoud Yakub that announced his presidential election by 3 a.m. in the morning, which has never happened. I have Googled everywhere. Any country that has announced result by 3 a.m., I have never found. The Google has not given me the answer. He said nothing like that. It's only happened in Nigeria here.
Thank you so much.
So nothing will happen. Thank you very much, my sister.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for calling me today. Have a great day. Now let's go to YouTube to take some of the messages here. We have Faith Wonderful Adventure says, if Nigerian election continues like this way, next generation next generation election will selection, whether you like it or not. Okay, thank you, Faith, for your message. Another one here says, easiest 2 billion to make. Chai, Niger shame, they shame me. Niger shame, they shame me. Thank you so much, Praise Unwa David TV, for your message. And Harry Gabriel said National Assembly is the biggest problem in Nigeria. Thank you for the message. And more here. I'm trying to make sure that I go through all of the messages, one from each person. Mama Obasui says, good morning, Mary. While I know they finish, Nigerian politicians are our problem. It's all about them, not Nigerians. They don't really care about us. They don't really care about us. Thank you so much for your message, Mama Obasuyi. And Emmanuel also said, why is it that NBC cannot find NTA after broadcasting the attempted coup? Emmanuel Osi, thank you for your message. The numbers to call is 08164425875. Hello, good morning.
How are you, Mary? Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Peter Monse. Welcome to the...
Good morning, Sal, for joining us this morning. Mary.
Yes.
POS operator, 280 million. That was not his money. He spent it. Benani, victory, electoral victory that did not belong to her. They gave it to her. And then she celebrated it. She gave speech of acceptance. What is the difference between the two of them? This one accepted the victory that she never won. And this one accepted the money. These are criminal activities. So if this guy, POS operator, could be in prison now, what is Binani doing outside? Is she not supposed to be in prison? And then Mary, they said the police is going to deal with whether the DPO that was there when they announced this result, INEC will deal with the wreck. And then at the end of the day, the same police that was in Lagos State that witnessed and watched the beating, the humiliating of a particular tribe, including my friend, that they told my friend, yes, you are APC member, but we know who you are going to vote for. And they stopped him from voting. So what are those police still doing in Lagos on the street? Why is the INEC playing double standard here? Why do you deal with the wreck in Adamawa and you are not dealing with the wreck with all that you saw in Lagos for the first time in our life, to see where a tribe is being stopped from voting, which is their constitutional right? Then the police in Lagos, why is the police IG not focusing on that one in Lagos that will tell them you were there and you saw all this shenanigans, all these primitive activities, you allow it? Why are they doing this? And finally, Mary, how much million that of China we cannot pay, and how much altogether that our generations unborn will not be able to pay? I asked a question yesterday. Those that are running Nigeria today, are they human beings? Are they in this world? Because my Bible tells me that the devil does not come, but to destroy, to kill, and to maim. And then for me, it is like APC came with their leaders to destroy Nigeria, to kill Nigeria. Democracy is not working in Nigeria. Let's devise another way of governing ourselves. We have all these criminals leading us, and this is not good. Thank you.
Yeah,
who will bail us? Who will bail the cat?
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Peter Monse. Now back to WhatsApp messages here. We have this one. Good morning. It is important to note that all the violence and desperation that preceded, coupled with the jubilation that followed most elections by the elected and their allies in Nigeria, it's not for the good of the governed, but that they, the elected, have arrived as per outrageous salaries, fringe benefits, oppression of the masses, and award of white elephant projects to friends and relatives at the expense of the masses. May God help us in Jesus' name. Again from Agege, thank you so much for your message. Good morning, Mary. For politics, I mean, you want to put in our dear country, Nigeria, it's only God that will help us in Nigeria. For the POS operator, he or she should face the music because he is not the owner of the money. Justice from Ejigbo. Thank you for the message. Good morning, Mary. INEC has officially declared incumbent governor of Interi of Adamawa State as the winner, and INEC would not have declared him as the winner if it were in Lagos State, as far as it involves APC. Leo from Lagos, thank you for the message. And This one says, not mine. Let Afa face the consequence. Afa should face the consequences because 700,000 have entered my account before, but I did not use the money. And Nigerian bank sector, I did not understand them. Every time error in our bank sector. Thank you so much for your message. I appreciate it. More messages. Good morning, Mary. The reason the bank can't give you the details of the third party is that they need court order before they can give out the details of anybody. Anybody bank details. Thank you so much for this clarification. So I hope you get answers now. Somebody asked this question. And another message here say, good morning, 90.3 radio station, help, which, okay. You want me to wish somebody happy birthday? Okay, we can't do this on this show. Maybe another program will do this. Good morning, Mary. Please, I have been expecting Governor Rufai and co to sue the federal government and national security agent to court for all the unjustified killings going on in his own state, Kaduna and Benue, etc. Baba Beji from Moshodi, thank you so much for the message. And from Biodu, Biodu from Ikorodu says, good morning, Mary. The autonomy of local government rejected by the Senate is commiserates with the same inability of the government to do the needful and create meaningful channels to empower the jobless youth. Our democracy is a scam meant only to enrich the same people that put us in this circle of frustration and poverty. The POS man that enjoyed the windfall from the bank, forgetting the rightful owner of and the implication of his action, deserves a bad holiday in the cell to teach others a lesson. I thank INEC for their rightful action in Adamawa rerun election. May God have mercy on Nigeria. Beauty from Ikorodu, thank you so much for the message. Now we'll take one more call and then we round off. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Mary.
Welcome to the program. What's your name and location?
Yeah, this is Jog. I'm calling from Airport Road.
Okay, go ahead.
You see double standard in Nigeria. If banks are able to track the 280,000 naira and return it back to the owner, in the case of that, the money have been spent. Why can't they help poor Nigerians that are crying to their bank every now and then, claiming that their money have been stolen, transferred or withdrawn through one process or the other? Knowing that they have the access of the next account that this money was transferred to. Why can't they, in some way, help them? Or because they cannot be able to sue them to court, they just let those people for die seriously because their money have been siphoned. And they know this. All these things are very easy. We Nigerians, we are learned. We have tech gurus that can do this, and the bank that can do it. But now, 280 million, they quickly went and track it and made an arrest. Why can't they extend the same
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. And thank you to you for being part of the program this morning. My time here is up. I'll be here again tomorrow, God willing, from 7 to 8. The show has been the Front Page Review. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Mary Onaife. You can find me on Instagram. I'm there at Mary Media. MERROY. That's the Mary, then Media. Coming up next at 8 o'clock is Oge Ndigbo. An interesting program. You don't want to miss it. Keep it here. We are the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.